All right, let's jump straight into. Okay, I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second of the nice intro here. All right, but let's get straight into it. The content provided in this live stream is for educational and informational purposes only. Should not be considered financial investment, legal, or tax advice. All trading involves substantial risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading futures and other financial instruments may result in significant losses, including the loss of your entire investment. Any trades, market analysis, opinions, or strategies shared during this stream reflect my personal views and are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any financial instruments. You're solely responsible for your own trading and investment decisions. This live stream may contain forward-looking statements, estimates, or opinions that can change without notice. Always conduct your own research and, where appropriate, consult a qualified financial professional before making financial decisions. By watching this live stream, you acknowledge these terms. Do you? That's the question, right? I'm saying you do, but because I'm not giving you an option. The question is, do you really accept them or not? That's something you need to decide. I'm trying. Yeah, guys. So, a little bit of a later session today. Had a few appointments this morning, but I'm here because I'm not skipping a London session. Not skipping a London session. Today there is no New York session, so that's the only session that I'll be trading. And yeah, I just want to see what it will offer, what the market will offer. Let me just open the chat right here and see what you guys are up to. All right. Okay. The only session that I'll be trading. Sounds good. Sound is there, so let me put the chat right here, and then I'll get straight into the market, I guess, right? I didn't get enough sleep the past 2 days because, I wake up very early in the morning, and I have a biphasic sleep cycle, which means that I sleep in 2 phases. But I didn't get the second phase yesterday, which kind of is a little bit problematic. So what is the market doing? What is the market doing? Not a whole lot. It's still trading. Wait. Let me go from highest time frame to lowest time frame. What the chop is this? Yeah, nothing really interesting on the 4-hourly. The only really level that is of some sort of interest. To the top here, the 700 that we do not have on the chart yet. What is that line about? That's 650. Oh yeah, exactly what we were trading yesterday, right? Wasn't it between 650 and to the downside 500, right? Wait, it was the entire range was here. Yeah, sort of between 400 and 650. Now we're in a much kind of tighter range, sitting above 650. So, about 600. So let me put that line right here on the 15-minute. And, yeah. So, same thing, right? Same thing like yesterday and also like Tuesday and Wednesday, right? So Thursday was the only the only day that gave good opportunities, right? Where I looked on the chart and was like, that looks good. And what happened? We got a profitable trade. Now the New York session was not so nice, at least the afternoon part of it. And that's also when we kind of didn't find any trade opportunity and just played around a little bit. Now, this morning, again, what the crap is that? Obviously, I could trade, and I'll probably place an order. But if I would be in a live account, what I would do is shut my MacBook and go straight to, doing something else, right? Like, oh, what's that? Why is that now opening? What the hell? The thing that I used yesterday to kind of show you around. Why is it still here? Why is it connecting all of a sudden? Let me remove it. Let me get rid of it. Yes, please disconnect. Remove it. Rosandro, yeah, hi. How you doing? Oliver trading. Oliver is here. Morning. Didn't realize you were on. My stream didn't update. Oh, Okay, but now we're here. Now we're both here. That's what matters. So, this again is pretty shitty price action for my trading style. So I'm here again, just looking at it and would say like, okay, it's not clean, it's not nice, right? It's like, even on the 1 hourly, like, there's no good kind of place to potentially look for a setup or anything like that. And in the beginning, I mean, NQ and the future space has always been wild. But when I initially moved to futures from trading stocks and crypto, but like heavily crypto back then, I was like, oh, this chart's like the price is way cleaner, way nicer, way more predictable. But now it's the total opposite for me, at least. Like when I look at the Dogecoin chart, which I will probably be placing a trade on today again, this looks much cleaner. On the 1 hourly here, it looks way cleaner. Yes, we have some crazy wicks to the upside here, taking people out, but it's clean. There are so many setups here within the last 3 days that I could have taken. This week alone, I took, I think, 4 trades, and they were all profitable, and I really enjoyed them. Very clean price action, right? I mean, here it's a little bit ugly when we're in this range here at the top. But even there, if you kind of zoom out a little bit, or like if you zoom in a little bit into the 15-minute, getting like a closer look into what it's doing, look at the structure, how nice it's moving. So many opportunities if you know how to trade. But then I go into futures, like NQ at least, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? There's no opportunity. I'll just sit on my money and not put it into the market, right? I'd rather randomly throw it at Dogecoin than putting it in here. The probability of like, let's look at this, okay? What are we looking at, okay? Sort of, yeah, kind of a big fat 4 hourly, no, that's a daily candle. Engulfing almost the past 2 days. So yeah, let's just randomly go short, put our stop up here. The probability of this turning out profitable is higher than taking any trade here. I'm not lying. I mean, my statistics have shown that, That's it. Like, I'm not sure. Will there be an opportunity within the next 10 hours? Let's see. Maybe. I have a little bit of a headache. Oh, I need to get sleep. All right, let me get into it. Rosandria also had some problems. Started to stream again, just YouTube not working properly. Yeah, but I think it was also it was my mistake, guys. Because initially, yes, you're absolutely correct. The time was not sent to 20 past. But I was still in the car coming from an appointment. I could see, okay, I will not make it. So I set it to 20 past. And you probably already had the window open, I guess, right? Badria, hi. How you doing? Yeah, there's like literally nothing that I like there's nothing to trade here. That's absolute madness. It's like, yeah. Even the potential, even the levels like here, 650. Would I take a breakout? Would I be looking for a breakout here? Probably not. No, we just have 700 sitting here above where we had a lot of movement. So the real level where I would be looking for a break to the upside that I could confidently trade would be 700, right? But even then, since have been trading in that range now painfully for a while, just slowly grinding up here, will we maybe just get a bounce, about like a few points of a bounce above 700 and then just pull back down? And then here maybe a break to the downside of 600 or 550. Just this doesn't fit my trading style, what I'm seeing. Where's Andrew? That's what happens. Yeah, probably. You already had the stream open, and then I changed the time. Honestly, like, guys, have you taken any trade here? If so, I would want to know how. Look at this. Look at this. Like, maybe here, right? But what is that? Like, that looks like. Yeah, it's random. I would rather watch paint dry than this price action. Overcoming the need to trade and sending it out is an important skill that every trader must have in order to longevity in the market, to have longevity in the market. Yeah, absolutely, Oliver. I think that is a very big problem with a lot of newbies and traders that traders that are struggling, where they're constantly looking for opportunities, and especially that is where prop firms are not really healthy for this mindset, because you have like minimum days that you need to reach, so people try to put in a trade at least every day, and then with some evaluations or instant funding accounts, you even have a maximum days, like, okay, you need to do the challenge within 30 days, which is very problematic because there are just days or even weeks where there will be no good opportunity. I mean, let's go on the weekly chart. Let's go to the weekly chart. Hey, leaving without accepting what? Accept agreements to get real-time data? Yes, I already did that. Is there no week? I can't put custom time. Custom time. In minutes. In minutes? Like, what is it? How many minutes does a week have? I need to calculate that now, right? Or what? So we have 60 minutes times 24 times 7. So that's 10,080. Wait. Does that look correct? Yeah, I think, right? 168 hours. Wait, I could set it to hours? No. But that should be correct, I guess. So that's the weekly, right? That's the weekly. Okay, so even on the weekly chart, you look at it. There are periods where you should not absolutely not be taking any trade if you're kind of swing trading or so. Like, there are periods, where it's just doing stuff like this, where for multiple days, if you're looking on the daily, then you will not really find a good opportunity, and then you basically need to wait for like a break of structure, right? Oh no, what did I do? I placed 10 mini contracts. So basically here, right? That's kind of what you could have traded. The break below 400, and then maybe into the next support, taking half of the position off. But yeah. that's just how trading goes. And then you have opportunities like this. I mean, look at it. Since March, straight up, week by week by week by week by week. For those who entered down here, you guys have made a whole lot of money. And that's what you need to do. So when the market is trending beautifully like that, right, and you're swing trading, you can take position after position after position after position, or you just take it all to the top. Beautiful opportunities, right? But when it's like choppy and messy like this, and that's the thing with trading, right? And today is the day where, yeah, intraday, at least this morning, there's no good opportunity. So I didn't really miss anything. I thought, okay, I'm late today a little bit, like 3 hours late to the stream. But honestly, ever since the London Open, nothing interesting happened. So I didn't miss anything. It's just crap. Dark ask, how long have you been trading? Since 2015, but actively only for about 2.5 years, where I was like actively day trading, and this being the main source of income. And then I took a long break, and now we are here. Now we're here. Of me getting back into it. I mean, it was a forced break, right? I never wanted to take a break from trading. I love trading. Trading is like the number one thing. I love it. That's like, if I have a whole lot of things that I'm interested in. You know, I'm interested in like sports, fitness, fishing. Like I've never like gone fishing, but that's definitely something that I want to do in the near future. Get a little boat. I like cruising around with a boat. I like old cars. I love old cars. I want to get a very nice, beautiful old cars, and can it be like a very old, cheap Mercedes, right? Does not need to be an expensive kind of old timer car. You know, just as one that like a crappy one that I can then work on and get it running again, something like that. I have a whole lot of hobbies and things that I'm interested in. Interested in like farming and stuff like this. You know, rebuilding that village house there. And planting stuff. But the number one thing really is trading. The number one thing amongst all of them is trading. But it's at the same time also the most unhealthy one. And it's probably why it's the one thing that I love the most. And probably because of the instant gratification that you can get, you know. You get instant feedback. You know, when you enter into a trade, you know, you're immediately exposed to risk. Even though I don't get it, like, I don't have any crazy emotional rushes or anything like that with trading anymore. I'm very stable when it comes to that. Don't really care about huge losses or huge wins. But my system, you know, deep in my system, my nerve system, will obviously still, like, obviously still the same things will be triggered. Not to that extent, because like the fear being triggered and a cortisol spike and stuff will be lowered because I'm much more controlled and used to it. But it's still inside, and that is kind of probably, and also dopamine. You know, when things go well, that's probably kind of what is making trading so addictive, and why the only like logical reason why it is the most interesting thing to me, right? There are countless of opportunities. Every day there can be like something totally different that you didn't expect. Because if you look at it from, like, if you would describe to like trading, like what you're actually doing to someone who has never placed a single order, and maybe let's say a woman, because they're less interested in trading and some of that stuff, let's say you would explain to her that what you do, that this is your hobby, that you enjoy, that you love it. Most people wouldn't understand it. It would be like, but dude, you're looking at like just some kind of, yeah, boxes with lines and numbers moving, and then you're clicking every now and then, right? It's like not the most exciting hobby if you would kind of describe it to someone. Like, what is your hobby? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, well, I'm staring on the screen. There are like a lot of boxes and lines and numbers, and I'm trying to see when one box goes below the other box, and then kind of the one box touches the other box. That's when I like it, and that's when I will say that I invest money into the box touching the other box. kind of right? It's not a perfect hobby to explain to someone who has no idea what trading is. I mean, obviously, I was like kind of technically explaining it, not like what it is in terms of you're investing money and you're risking money to make more money, but that would be the easiest explanation. But I mean like the actual thing that you do, what you're looking at, what you're doing. Whereas if you are kind of fishing, it's like, yeah, I have my what is it called? What is it called in English? My fishing rod, maybe, I don't know. And I have 6 different types. And yeah, I love them so much. And I have a custom built one. And yesterday I got this fish, and tomorrow I'm trying to go to that place to try to find these fishes. And I've been working on my boat throughout this weekend. That's like, sounds much more exciting, even if you have no idea what fishing is, than this hobby of trading. But still, it's the thing that I love the most, probably just because it triggers some really ancient human instinctive things in us, right? Let me go into the messages right here. Summer is saying, good morning, I'm interested in the pilot program. Could you give me a promo $3.99, please? No. But once there's a new discount, then you can take that discount, right? There will be discounts soon. And also a new pilot account. Dan is saying, market just stumbling around like a drunk man leaving at a bar closed, fumbling around, typing to find his balance. Yeah, that's a very good explanation. That's what it looks like. And I think, then maybe it's time to take part in that. Maybe we should get drunk too, and then just enjoy the chart and not take a trade. I mean, it's Friday anyway, so maybe the market is drunk. Maybe it has taken a few shots already, and it's kind of, that week I didn't like that week at all. So let me just kind of end it here. Beats by Design, could you please commission my account now? I cannot do anything now because I'm focused on the stream and trading. But you will get the account as soon as the team is back. Because yesterday I wasn't able to access it. But it's good that you have access the tool to give you that account. But it's good that you have your account updated so the team can properly assign the accounts now to you. Dark is asking, what sports do you like? Well, I'm not really a team player sports type of guy when it comes to me being in a team. And that is usually because I don't like authority, right? I don't like having someone to tell me what I need to do or what I should do. And that's the case in most team games. You either have a captain and a coach and a coach, right? And or both or whatever. If, let's say when it comes to professional sports. And I'm not that type of guy. I'm not really interested in these things. I want to do everything by myself and want to have the full control over my life and also over my sport. So the sports that I'm interested in is mountain bike riding, right? Cycling. I think cycling. You would say cycling, right? Mountain bike cycling. Then general workouts like full body weight workouts, calisthenics, but I haven't really done it in the past few months, but something that I'm now getting back into. That's what I like. Then not sure what the activity is called, but basically shooting bow and arrow. I have a bow and I have arrows. I don't have it here. I have them in Germany, and it has been a while since I did it. But that's something I want to get back into. I love it, like shooting bow and arrow. So basically shooting, right? Some arrows. And yeah, that's about it. That's all. Are there any other sports? No, not really. There are things I'm really interested in, like to get into that I will do, that I will try out soon. As soon as like trading will be my main my main job, and I will have more time. Then I want to go kayak or some sort of kind of water sports like that on the river or on the sea. Yeah, that's about it. Dark is saying, I play competitive chess, one of my other passions from young age. Yeah, chess is one thing that I always wanted to have really taken seriously, but I never really did because I find chess quite interesting and I like to see people play it and be strategic about it. But chess is one of the things that is something that I would require a lot of time and focus and investment from me, because if I do something, I want to do it very well and I want to do it disciplined and kind of want to pull through. But chess, I would spend too much time playing chess and learning chess that it's just too complex for me to get in, right? I don't want to like that's just the thing. Same with this. That's like the thing that I've never tried. I held maybe once this Rubik's cube thing, right? To solve them. I've never even tried this thing because I was like, yeah, if I do it, I don't want to fumble around with it. I really want to learn how to do it, but I'm really not interested in it, in doing it. With chess, it was just I like being good at something. That's why I like chess. So it was more an ego thing, but I'm not really interested into chess when it comes to personally being interested in it. Yeah, I think that puts it very well. Oliver saying, I never tell people I meet what I do. I just say I'm a risk manager, then they think it's super boring and walk away. Yeah, that's better. Definitely better than the alternative to say like I'm in finance or something like that, because then their eyes will go like, oh, yeah, risk manager is good because most people don't really know what a risk manager does, but sounds boring. But most people that call, like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything to call yourself a trader, anyways. Like, I would say someone is a trader as soon as they actively trade, right? It does not mean that you're profitable. I would call you a trader as soon as you say I'm trading actively, daily, weekly, whatever. But then there's the question, like, are you profitable or not? Anybody can say I'm a trader. But the question is like, okay, does it make sense what you're doing, or are you just losing money? Good, guys. So since this would just go on for another, I would say, hour here, I don't think anything interesting will happen here within the next hour. And I've already talked a whole lot, just about random topics, not really analyzing the market, not doing anything with the market, because there's nothing to analyze. Now we might get the break of 600 now, but we also might not. It was just slow and boring, so nothing good here. So yeah, I'd say I'm out. So guys, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for waiting and thank you for still coming. Even though I kind of pushed the stream to a different time today. And yeah, I always kind of enjoy this time a lot, like the active trading, talking to you. And I think that's something that I will do as long as people come and have interesting questions, and yeah, right? Even if just 10 people are here. Rosandra, no US stream. So the US streams will only be Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. 2 times a week. But then London is daily. And the planned time is at the open, but if I have an appointment in the morning like today, then yeah, it's different. Oliver, yeah, have a nice weekend and enjoy your weekend. And you guys, please, whether you're trading an evaluation or even if you're trading just sim, does not even need to be an evaluation or live account, even if it's just sim. At the moment, I can tell you there are no good opportunities. So don't place any trade. Wait till a very kind of important level breaks before taking any action. Otherwise, you will just lose money. I mean, look at this chop. Okay, now we're getting a break of 600, maybe hitting the low of the days and then pushing into the 40s. But I don't have time to wait around here. So guys, see you. Thank you.